Welcome back to the KCC Season 6, Week 3, as we are currently on a 2-game winning streak, opening up the season really strong. I am CB, also known as Wizard Warrior, coach of the LA Machine Kings, also the villain of the minors this season. This week we are going up against the Carolina Constella Heels, coached by Shadow, and he actually has the same record as me going into this week, 2-0 plus 10 differential. So this is going to be an interesting matchup where one of us will not continue our winning streak. So this week he has a really kind of annoying draft going first, at least for my draft, of a lot of trap setup and the gates, which will make it really hard for my going second plan if I do not draw my blowout cards that I need, or if I just see one of them. He'll probably most likely have a negate for it, so I gotta play around that. So yeah. Thoughts after looking at the matchup. I decided to go with my 3 strongest decks, so Scareclaw, Crusadia, Marinsas, just in case I can't be messing around. And the 3 decks also are really good at protecting their boss monsters. So even if I am forced to go first, that puts him in the back end because he can't get his traps up. And if I do go second, I can have some protection. And yeah. So let us get into the games. First off, I decide to lead off with Scareclaw mixed with some Crusadia. And he decided to lead up with Trap Trick. I do win Rock, Paper, Scissors and decide to go first because I do not want him to set up those strong traps. Standard Scareclaw link climb of using a Scareclaw to get the link into Starfrost to pop it. With some Crusadia follow-up. I do make a mistake of searching another Nova because I kind of wasn't entirely paying attention at the start. Could have searched the Scareclaw trap for protection, but I am allowed to make Quantum Dragon protecting my Tryhard. So he does have to get rid of my Quantum Dragon before he gets rid of my Tryhard, which is really nice. He is just doing Trap Trick plays, pops my field spell, and then pops my Quantum Dragon. Now he can target Tryhard, but he does not have the cards to do that, which is really nice. This is why Quantum Dragon is really nice in this deck. And yeah. So I do have another field spell in my hand and a Nova for some very good follow-up on my second turn. Create the Nightmare Phoenix to try and pop his back row. Also possibly bait out cards, as I do have some pretty good follow-up with the field spell and Nova. Searching right card. And get in it so that I do get the search and the draw, and then get in the Reclusia to get another pop in his other back row that he set this turn. And yeah, basically just setting up so that I can attack 3 times for game, or 4 times for game. Well, three times because I do have defense piercing. And yeah, that is game 1. Set 1 this week, which is really nice that we win. Here I do expect that he will force me to go second since he is playing Trap Tricks, wants to get those traps up. So I side in some going second cards with back row removal. Luckily for me, I do see Lightning Storm in my opening hand. I do have some Crusadia cards as well as Starfrost. Start off with Lightning Storm, hoping that he does not have the Starlight Road or whatever the Stardust trap card he was playing in game 1. And luckily he did not, and he just scoops, seeing that I'm going to destroy his back row. If he did not scoop, I'm pretty sure he probably could have lived, because I do only have Crusadia monsters in hand, and then I do have the Starfrost. I could probably, yeah, I don't think I could beat him in this turn with this hand. But yeah, I actually think he actually stood a pretty good chance. But anywho, luckily for me, he surrendered, so do not have to worry about that. So that means I do win set 1 of this week, which is very nice. I just need to win one more. Decided to go with Marinza second, because I am still worried about his back row decks. Do lose rock, paper, scissors. He does decide to go first. I do start kaijuing. Very annoying. Try and bait out that trap with the Ice Shade or during Grimmer. And since I do have the follow-up play with the Blue Tang Revival. Here, unfortunately, I do not really hit another Marinsys monster, which would have been nice for follow-up. But I do get the trap, which means I do not need to go into Triangle. This is the one that starts trap, I believe, which is very nice for me. Here, go into Argonaut for the back row hate. Do not want to crash into Golden Lord, because then he can just use its effect. However, he is playing, maybe I should have gone into Golden Lord so he couldn't summon the 6Zs, which will turn out to be the bane of my existence. And here I learned the fact that the Ice Shade Link monster, or Synchro monster, is not when a card is banished, it's when it's banished by a card effect, so banishing for cost does not activate it, and I was so confused during this entire game as to why it wasn't working, and it kind of tilted me. But yes, like I said before the games, these are really hard for me going second, because he does have just a bunch of traps and negates, and it is really annoying. Here, I do make a second mistake, because for some reason I thought Battle Ocean would allow me to equip it to the Aqua Argonaut, but apparently it has to be in the extra monster zone, I believe. Yeah, which I did not realize. So once again, I make a mistake, which probably cost me the game, because if I did equip to the other Marinsys Link monster, I probably wouldn't have had to bounce it, and this would have been a lot easier. And now I do not really have any follow-up plays, because I did not use that triangle, so I cannot return Link monsters from a grave to the battlefield. And yeah, this is not looking very good for the grind game. But I did learn a lot from this battle, which I will be using going forward. And I just surrender, because I can't really do anything with just a Pascal. So losing game 1 of set 2, not very good, but we still have that first set win. Here I do side in a bunch of going first cards, as well as back row hate, and I do decide to go first. Unfortunately, though, I bricked with two Cosmic Cyclones, as well as the 2 Marinsys Dive, even though I'm only running 2 Marinsys Dive. I saw both of them, which is really unfortunate. it would have been nice if I had another piece of back row hate or a Marincel's Monster, which would have gotten me through this. I do Cosmic Cyclone his Curse Edland. He does use his monster to get rid of my Ice Barrier, which is fine because it allows me to search. I do search the Ran Argeran for protection as long as I draw a Water Monster, which I don't. I draw one of the cards I cited in. A nice piece of tech against his trap decks. Wiretap will negate the activation of traps and shuffle them into the deck, which means they're not in the graveyard for follow-up. And yeah, this is basically game over because I bricked super hard. But that is the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes you just do not have the heart of the cards. So I do lose set 2. So far, neutral differential. And with that, I do tilt and just spam click with Forward Skipper into the Link 1, which is a mistake because you can't use the Link 1 to summon the Link 1. Should have used the Link 2 to summon the Link 1. But, like I said, playing on tilt from the previous game of bricking and being frustrated at my not knowing how my cards worked. But it is still somewhat fine because I do have the Crusader monsters. Just didn't have that strong first opening. He also bricked, which was fortunate for me. Do summon the Dargaran into the position of where it points and set up power to protect it. Here I use power to protect it because I do suspect that he is going to try and do some shenanigans to protect Draco so that I do not lose that 600 attack, making me weaker than Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Just hold evenly in hand in case he does start to pop off, but he does not. Here go into Aeromax and get the 2 exceeds to get the Tornado Dragon to pop that back row, just in case it was some kind of battle trap. And I do attack for game with Aeromax. So winning game 1 of set 3, putting me in a good position to win the entire series. And yeah, going into game 2 of this set, I do decide to side in or my back row or go in second cards because I do really think he does have a really good going first draft. And yeah, open up 2 Kaijus and the Lightning Storm, decide to Kaiju one of his monsters and Lightning Storm, and he scoops, which is probably the proper play because he can't really do anything with just champion. And I was going to go fall combo and probably OTK him. And yeah, that means I do win set 3, which means I am currently on a 3-game winning streak, which is really nice. And I will see you next week as I go up against Shine, coach of the Crystal Cavaliers, I believe, who is 2-1-6, and that is going to be an interesting matchup. So catch you then. Bye bye.